Hey guys, it's me again, King Song Sneakers. I'm here again to talk to you guys about another sneaker that's in my collection. It's actually one of the first ones that I got. If you watched my last video and I told the story about how I got into sneakers, it's one of the first ones that I picked up at the Nike store. We'll cut to the intro and I'll talk to you more about it when we get back. Okay, so now that we've walked in my shoes, which is a silly new slogan that I think I'm going to try to use because I keep using that as an intro. The shoe I'm going to be talking about is the Nike Air More Money. This shoe is loud. There's nothing about it that's normal. It is big, it's obnoxious, and it is super comfy. So first, to talk about what it looks like when it comes out of the box, it's even louder than it is now. It comes with a second tongue, and if you can see that the tongue is actually not actually part of the shoe, it's only attached by the lacing system, which is interesting. And that's part of the appeal to me, is that it's so unusual as far as sneakers goes. I mean, every sneaker, with the exception of like the sock-like sneakers from Adidas, you know, these Profiers, the Yeezy 350 V2s, Ultra Boosts, these things don't have necessary laces, so that's a trend. But this, it was a step in another direction where the lace held the tongue to the shoe on the outside. It's not attached to the inside of the shoe, so that was super interesting to me, especially at the time, because I didn't have very many shoes in my collection at that time. So this was unique and exciting to me. The tongues that come on it out of the box say Air Money on them and have the Nike swoosh. The tongues that I chose to use are just plain and have the swoosh on them. I can't speak for all of the colorways of this shoe because I know that there are some that are even more loud than this one. Multicolored ones. I know there's some like limited edition ones that came out with respect to different games and sports and stuff, and I think this shoe sells as like a basketball shoe. I know that it's heavily influenced by the Air More Up Tempos. Same sole with the, let's call them teeth. They have teeth down in the bottom of the soles, and then there's windows to the air underneath. So I believe the air unit runs the whole length of the shoe, which is cool. And just like the Air More Up Tempos, these are very large and heavy and padded. I mean, this isn't an insubstantial sneaker by any means. When you have this on your foot, you are aware that you are wearing a shoe. But that is definitely not a drawback with this one. I remember when I was walking through the store, my fiance, I wasn't gonna get this shoe. I was like, man, that is too loud. My fiance was like, wow, that is really cool. And I had to turn around, you know. I was gonna buy some Huaraches. I don't know, how do you guys pronounce it? I say Huaracha. Some people say Huarache. I don't know what the correct way is. Comment below and tell me what the correct way is. That would be helpful so that I don't look like an idiot forever if I'm doing it wrong. But she said that, you know, this looked pretty cool, so I tried it on, and this is one of the few Nikes that I actually do have in 10.5 because it's a little bit wider. I don't know if you can tell. I only talk about shoes that I wear, so if it's dirty on the bottom, that's why. But tried it on and took that first step, and I tried it as an 11, and I thought, man, this is too big. Tried the 10.5, and at that time I realized that there was another option to this tongue, and that 10.5 fit so well. and the bulkiness of the shoe is largely due to all the extra cushioning in the upper. So it's not just heavy for heavy's sake. It's not just the sole. I mean, there's so much extra cushioning and padding in this shoe that I had to buy it at that point. I was like, wow, this is super comfortable. So those Hirachas that I was gonna get, I put back. Beyond that, I mean, these are very comfortable to walk in. That cushioning around the outside, you definitely feel the give of the air unit, and the inside, these are a comfortable shoe, and they're heavy duty. I mean, they are tanks, so that's definitely a big positive. Are they as comfortable as anything with Boost? No, but this is definitely has its own comfort, especially in the upper. It's warm, but also breathes because of this detached tongue. I mean, I wish I thought to unlace one and show you guys for this video, but it's like straps, and there's a lot of area for air to come in. I mean, because the tongue's not held in, it breathes, but it has that air of comfort of a shoe that's very well cushioned that would otherwise be totally wrapped around your foot. So it maintains that feeling, but breathes better. And it just, I mean, it wears nice. It rolls instead of bends. It's got suede on there, but I think the cleverness of the design is that the tongue and the way that it's detached here, and then how it has the mesh along the bottom of the lacelets, or the eyelets for the lace holes, and the mesh, and then the suede around that, there is almost no creasing on this shoe, even though I've put some serious mileage on it. So that's also something to consider, is it's really easy to keep looking pretty fresh. With the exception of the bottoms of this shoe betraying me, you would have no idea that I've worn this thing. So it looks almost exactly like it is out of the box, which is awesome. I mean, granted, I was pretty careful about spilling anything on here, but no creasing. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, especially with suede, because suede will give you up. It will betray you. If you are wearing suede, believe that it will crease, and for some reason this one has not, and I attribute that again to the design and the way the tongue is detached and covered. Something that I struggled with at first when I had this shoe was figuring out how to tie them, because of the way that the laces go laterally on the side instead of crossing over the top. And my fiance had suggested that we do this, and we go through the back loop through this heel tab, and she tied little knots, and they can be adjusted. They slide this way or that way, and you can loosen or tighten that way, and I thought that looked really cool and sort of went with the rest of the aesthetic, where the laces were around the outside of the shoe instead of over the top. I had tried to tie it under the tongue, over the top, and it looked obnoxious. It didn't look right, and this sort of, it maintained that continuity of the laces around the outside. So if you're going to lace these up, I would recommend doing it that way. And then this is sort of a loud feature on there. That's the only loud feature that's left, is that money sign, and that can be a little off-putting. About the cost of this shoe at the time, it retailed at $160, $165 maybe, which is kind of a lot. I will say that you can find these guys on the hash walls and in different colorways. I did not buy this on the hash wall, but they're there now, under 90 bucks. You can get them on sale different places. They have limited release versions that are even on sale in different places, because I think this shoe is so loud that a lot of people were off put by it. But remember that there's the tongue in there that's different. It really tones down the loudness if you want to do that. And then you can highlight the unique quality of the shoe, which is the lacing system, the open air visibility in multiple places, the teeth along the sole, and just other sort of exaggerated features. It doesn't all have to be about money and money. It can be just a little money, but a lot of unique, individualized expression of your sneaker. Anyway, back to my saying goodbye. Make sure that you subscribe to the video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I take pictures there. All of my thumbnail pictures I take there. And it's a fun place to see what other people are doing. So I definitely try to keep my eye out for other people who are into sneakers there, because I like to see what other people have. Not necessarily as a way to perpetuate the hype thing, but I really do believe that sneakers are a way to express yourself, and it's such an easy way to do it because not everyone knows how to make their own sneakers, but the selection of sneakers and the colors and just the styles, they're so varied and wide that it's easy to find something that really speaks to you and wear that. Just like, see, graphic t-shirts. I mean, I'm very, very particular about my graphic t-shirts. I have a few places that I like to get them, and they're a fun way to express yourself. And sneakers are just like that. I actually color code my sneakers to my graphic t-shirt. Anyway, so definitely follow me on Instagram, and just to see what I'm up to, and then I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.